rainstorm coming out of nowhere. Wow. Yeah, we got a really nice rain last night. But look how much this guy here has grown. This is that super vigorous mulberry. Let me look at the tag again. Blackbird. I think last video, the video before, we were probably down to here. It's probably got 4 to 6, 7 inches of growth in like no more than 2 days. Look at that. I'm gonna have to retie that up so it doesn't just break. All right, so I just put an old plant tag that lost, I just had laying around, and now look at that. Wow, this guy's probably 4.5 foot tall now. That's amazing how much growth it's got. And it's got more buds coming out there and more growth. We haven't shown you this chestnut that we grafted onto the seedling in a while because we did not know with that drought how much was dying. As you can see, some of the top died, and it lost almost all its leaves on this graft here. See, there's the graft section. I think this is the Dunstan, and it got more leaves, and now this is all new growth. A good 6 or 7 inches of new growth here over the last month or so. So it's looking good. It had some dieback from that drought, but it's still got plenty of green. And this is our main hybrid chestnut tree here that survived. And we're trying to air layer. We got 2 air layers here. So it'll probably be sometime in July when we check it for roots, If not, we'll just keep it on there. Now, what I noticed is that sometimes these air layer, the soil in there, the peat will dry out. So we're going to definitely have to check them a little bit more frequently and bring a little squirt bottle and put a little bit of water in some of them and then seal them back up just to make sure they're staying moist. It's been probably 7 or 8 hours since I started filming this morning, other than last night's, little storm. But go ahead. This is the pawpaw that got defoliated, the grafted section here, and you can see some pretty bad leaves on the ungrafted part. Right here, check that out. Second time it's happened, and for these eastern lubber grasshoppers have been horrendous this year. Just a few foot from it, there's one. I seen another one a few minutes ago that was right by that guy. They're all under these weeds up there. It is. Another one. As you can see, a lot of damage here. This one has a little bit more leaves, but look at that. Some of these grafted pieces here have been almost completely defoliated. So when I started filming this video, I had kind of a different theme that I was thinking of, but we got 2 rainstorms today. A pretty nice hard rain for just a small amount of time for that first one, and then a little bit longer one, 20, 30 minutes or more, with a lot of lightning. And as you can see, we got a lot of rain, puddling water here and there. And so I'm not sure if I'm definitely not gonna do what, focus on the topic that I was thinking of. So let's focus on these eastern lubber grasshoppers. So they usually hatch out on like crinum lilies and stuff like that every year. Got a little slow-mo video of those. One of them, dragonflies. There's like 3 or 4 of them just kind of flying all around, zigzagging around here for the last few minutes. Very hard to capture them, especially when you zoom in, and you can't even get them all the time on the outer edges of your video because they're moving so fast. There went one. two more. So back to the eastern lubber grasshoppers. We always, like I said, we have them hatch out every year, usually on the crinum lilies, and then they kind of, migrate somewhere else. But they haven't really been a big problem ever that I can remember. Although I know that, if you have a commercial crop or even a big crop for a personal farmer and you have a bad season, they can just go out and wipe out your crop. I've been finding these guys eating my bananas, my pawpaws, and a variety of other things, and a big one can eat a lot of leaf in just one day. I believe on my last video we were looking at these two dwarf ever-bearing seedling mulberries and looking for buds. I think that one had a bud showing her too. And here's the other one that's got a little bit of a green leaf coming out. So I'm pretty sure these guys are going to survive. With all the rain we're getting lately, that's just going to make it happy. But going back to pests, we found those worms on this, what is this again? Red azurol hawthorn. And that guy there's never recovered. It just seems to be slowly, almost like it's fire blight or something, just dying and dying back. But if that doesn't survive, look at this. Something is eating the heck out of these leaves. This guy looks healthy. There's even a new bud right there coming out. But, it's possible that something can just eat and eat and eat until there's no new buds pushing out. This other guy, this red sun, is looking good. No bug bites at all. Wonder if there's some other chemical properties in this specific cultivar or type of hawthorn that just is resistant to bugs. In one of my last couple videos that I released, I was looking at this original Mayhaw seedling here, and I was like, maybe we should call it a June haul. And I noticed that not only were the berries getting red in June instead of May. Look at this. These guys are bigger. There's one small one there. But look, that's not too shabby. I don't think they've ever been this big. But, is it a one-off? Is it, because there's more pollinators here maybe? We got three of them, three genetically different ones that are doing flowers now, even though they don't seem to be flowering at the same time. There could be just a slight overlap between one beginning and ending flower and another one. So I'm not sure if that would cause the berries to get bigger maybe. And a couple weeks ago I had a few of these collected. I pulled them off probably a little bit, not quite ripe, and I was getting ready to take the seeds out and soak them, but one of my kids, I guess, just flushed it down the drain and I lost all of them. But I did manage to keep all the seeds for the other two varieties. The one that the second seedling I got to bloom here had some big berries, and then we got the grafted cultivar, and I think it only had 2 fruits or 2 berries, so we got that one separated. And these guys are supposed to somewhat become true to seed, so hopefully they're going to be rootstock, and if I have any left over or whatever, I might just give them away. I see another one down here. See, these guys are way bigger. Whoops. Way bigger than any of the other years that I've seen them produce. They're still not monster size, but that's not bad at all. And here's another one, a little bit smaller. Guys are kind of hard to find here, even though there's probably a few down here. Again, this guy never produces a lot because it hasn't had a pollinator close enough that is producing flowers basically at the same time. But hopefully in the next couple of years things will be different. What in the heck is this that I just found by the mayhaws? Looks kind of like a blueberry. Very smooshy. Wonder if this is I don't know. We got coral ardesias here, but they're red. Definitely not a blueberry. There's a big seed in the middle. Maybe that's coral ardesia after they dropped or something. Definitely not going to try to eat that. Anyway, maybe I'll go ahead and just keep these few that I find here and put them, cold stratify them, clean them up, and use them as a rootstock, because other hawthorns may not be as tolerant of wet soils like we have here, and mayhaws are the perfect rootstock for them. I'll just note that mayhaws do sucker. They're going to sucker if they survive. So that's kind of a reason why you may not want to put an inferior variety in the ground, especially if you're not going to be, maintain and cut those suckers vigorously when they come up. And that's probably a good reason to get superior cultivars and use the seedlings to those, whether you're going to graft them on top or just let them mature out and produce berries for you, because even the root suckers of them are the same as the seedling that you plant. Anyway, these eastern lubber caterpillars, this is the first time I've ever felt like I really had to, kill something like this. They've been decimating things here, and I know it can be way worse, and it probably would be way worse if I didn't try to manage them in at least a little bit. And here's another one of those dang grasshoppers. Is that one of them bad grasshoppers, JJ? What do you think we should do to it?
It's got new skin.
So we're on like day 3 of this garden vlog here on this specific video, and we just got another downpour, probably an inch and a quarter to an inch and a half of rain over like a period of maybe an hour and a half. Still hear thunder in the distance. Still supposed to have rain somewhere between 5 p.m. and whenever, and it wasn't even supposed to get like a quarter inch of rain total today. So we're like 4, 5, 6 times as much rain as was predicted, which is, a reason that we probably have had a lot of problems using weather forecasters. Oh, it's going to rain today. It's, 51, 67, 80% chance. So I'm not going to worry about getting my water hose out and watering the plants. Obviously, we're not in a drought anymore because of all the rain we've gotten. We're not in a water deficit anymore. A lot of these plants and the flowers, these impatiens and Gerber daisies and marigolds and dianthus and stuff, look like they were on their way out. Some of them probably did die because of the drought. But, look at here. We got them all, or many of them, starting to reflower again, including some of these dianthus here. Look at that. And the Gerber daisies. There's a yellow one, and here's one of the more rare white ones. Hasn't opened up all the way. And I've noticed too, it's probably time to start getting the early elderberries and stuff picked, for the freezer, if we're gonna make some elderberry jelly or something this year. I've noticed some of them have some really big flower heads. That guy there is probably 12 or 13 inches. There's probably another one there between like 11 and 12, 13 inches. Another one there that has just green berries, probably another 12 inches there. And these are all an everbearing one. That guy there might be 14 inches or so on that flower head. Here's one maybe like 7 or 8. But there's some others up there between like 7 and maybe 13, 14 inches up there. Rain again. About day 4 now on this garden vlog video, and we still haven't finished it up or uploaded it. Been doing a little bit of not gardening, barbecuing. It's Father's Day. I'm trying this new beer over the last couple days, Modelo Negra. So it's a darker Mexican lager. When I first tried it, I'm like, it tastes kind of just like beer. But when I compared it to like Pabst Blue Ribbon side by side, it's definitely smoother easier to drink down faster. Pretty good, but it is kind of pricey. When I was way younger, I used to drink Bud Ice when they made the bottles in a 24 pack, and I don't even think they do. I don't know if they make bottles at all, but they come in a 4-pack and an 18-pack now, I think. Earlier on in this video, we showed you this blackbird mulberry, which was somewhere around here, I think, right on this stake. Look at this guy. It's already over the top of the stake, just like a day or two later. And we've had, probably 6 rains over the last 2 or 3 days. We are in day 4, I think, on this garden vlog video. We have to end it sometime soon. But check this out. These are some of those sunchokes that we planted here. And I think I've only found 2 of the plantings. I had like 3 or 4, I can't remember. I'd have to go look back on the video. But I don't think the other ones came up. This is the biggest group here, so there must have been 2 nodes or 2 buds on this tuber we put here. That's probably about 3 foot. We got another one about 60 or 70 foot away that's a little bit smaller. Yeah, this weird funky mushroom. Kind of shaped like a cup or something, or like a wine glass. Beauty berries are starting to bloom again. So I've been thinking about growing in this area here too. This is way in the back. See, back in the forest. And we got it kind of like an OG toxicity island over here. It's not really an island because it's at the end, it meets this property. This is like the original burn area from like 40 years ago that people burned, and it had a big old hill for years and years and years. So remember, our toxicity island has the avocado that actually seems to be thriving pretty well. Even though the other 2 avocados that were put, in little mycorrhizal raised beds, they're not doing so good. Can't even really tell that it was like a barn bed unless you just knew. And there is definitely a shape, that like a hill shape here. And I'm sure once we start digging in it, we'll probably find a bunch of crap, plastic or whatever that was originally burned, 40 plus years ago here. Here's that other sunchoke, and it looks like it's got a fungus or something, so it's probably not going to make it for whatever reason. It's kind of drooping, almost ready to break, and there's some... Yeah, it does not look good. Well, if we just had one patch that was stable, it survived, it thrived, it multiplied, it came back after the winter without dying in our summer rains and all the humidity and fungal issues, then we can experiment more. If we had enough material, we can move it all around in different parts of our property and see where else it might survive and thrive. It's day 5, I think, on this garden vlog, and I've been trying to close this vlog out for like 2 days plus. And what the heck is that? Oh, look here. He ran. Another grasshopper eating comfrey this time. And I've been trying to close this vlog out, and I thought, well, should I just delete all the footage and start all over? Do we have anything here except grasshoppers destroying everything? We keep sort of coming back to that, these eastern lubber grasshoppers. We can come back to this blackbird mulberry. Look at there, 3+ inches above that stake there. And just in this video alone, is this the 3rd time we looked at it? You can see it growing every single day. If it keeps going like that, it looks like we'll probably be in that 4 foot of growth, from that scion wood, probably within the next week or 2. Anyway, so I was day 3, day 4, probably day 4. I snuck out here early in the morning to try to get a little bit of videoing done, and of course I was fixing to end the video, or planning to end it, and Natalie called me. Where you at? What you doing? I need you, or somebody needs you. Maybe one of the kids had to go to the bathroom, or she wanted her coffee, or maybe she had to go to the bathroom. I can't remember. So just little things have stopped. You know, rain and thunderstorms and having to do stuff, and so it's kind of hectic around here. So I was looking at all those mulberry cutting scion wood pieces and stuff that I'm trying to propagate, and a lot of them are looking really good, but I'm not going to show you right now. And I've explained this probably in several videos, possibly earlier in this video. They're known, mulberries are really known to throw up 2-3 inches of growth just using their plant energy that's stored inside those cuttings. You know, regardless of if they are rooting, regardless of if that graft is successful. So, yeah, they look great, but I can almost bet that a certain percentage of them, possibly a high percentage of them, aren't going to make it just based on past experiences. It would be amazing if everyone that budded out so far would, you know, just make it. And I'm here at this mystery pear that has never produced pears until we introduced a potted pear tree that was in flower just right there below that hill that produced 3 fruit, it looks like. Remember a few videos back, I don't know, 5-10 videos back, I said one of them up there looked like it had black on it, and it looks like it's pretty much completely rotten, but still up there. But one about 12 inches above it, let's see, right there is okay, and there's another one right there. You can see it right there. So it looks like we got at least 3. It's possible that there could be a 4th or 5th one hidden, you know, 17, 18 foot up there. I don't see one, but like I said, it could be possible. Hopefully these last 2 will actually ripen on the tree or something, or at least get big enough. So, you know, I have no clue if this was a soft pear or hard pear. I just don't remember what I bought and planted here. To me, these guys sort of look a little fat-bottomed and not really a long, skinny neck or anything at the top. Kind of, you know, they got a neck. So, I don't know. Definitely sort of a flat neck as well. But almost every pear type that I bought was supposedly for this area, besides Harvest Queen, which is kind of, I don't know if it's like, I know it grows well in Tennessee, but it's not like a commercial pear. It's like, you know, heirloom or heritage apples or whatever. You really don't know until you try. So it's a little bit disease prone, and it has never flowered. And I did have another one, I can't remember, which is a commercial one, and I should have known better. It kind of hung in there for 5 or 6 years, produced a few small pears, and I do like whatever they were. I don't remember what they were, but I do like them in the grocery store when it's rare that they come out. Oh, I know, pumice pear. So I've tried some in some supermarkets that weren't like Walmart or whatever, and I really liked them, but too disease prone for the area. We get the chill hours, obviously, or it wouldn't be flowering every year, but just stay away from most of the commercial ones and look for ones that are known to thrive somewhat, at least in Florida, when you're in Florida. And that doesn't mean everything is absolutely fire blight resistant. No, there's a lot of pear cultivars and stuff that are semi-recommended for Florida, but still can have issues with fire blight and other diseases. So yeah, in a couple days, I think we need to start our first elderberry harvest. We got quite a few out there in Wetlands Zone 1, and a few sporadically here, there, and everywhere.